Number 1. Tragedy on the planet's largest black gold mine. On the energy map, Venezuela is like a sleeping giant. They possess over 300 billion barrels of oil, accounting for 18% of the planet's reserves, far surpassing Saudi Arabia. However, this black gold has shaped and then brought down their economy over the past century. From the late 1940s to the 1970s, they were a leading exporter, providing the primary energy source for the United States and Europe. Foreign exchange earnings from oil accounted for over 90% of their exports and over 60% of their budget in the mid-20th century. With a strategy of cultivating crops using oil, they used the money from oil sales to build roads, hospitals, schools, and provide social welfare. As a result, Venezuela's per capita income was once the highest in Latin America, approximately half that of the United States in the 1950s. This absolute dependence has made their economy extremely fragile. In the early 2000s, oil accounted for 96% of exports and more than half of the national budget. When oil prices collapsed after 2014, coupled with corruption, poor management, dilapidated infrastructure, and sanctions, this machine officially ran out of steam. Production plummeted from 3.5 million barrels per day in the late 1990s to around 1 to 1.1 million barrels in 2025, less than a third of its peak. Despite holding the world's largest oil reserves, revenue in 2023 reached only $4 billion, a dismal comparison to Saudi Arabia's $180 billion. Oil is like a life-sustaining oxygen tank. When money flows in, the country prospers. When prices fall and the system collapses, the entire nation suffocates. Now, even if the world wants to revive this oil industry, the big question remains: how much longer can a country survive on just a single oxygen tank? Number 2. The real life of Venezuelans. Looking only at the macroeconomic figures, you see a less grim picture. Official inflation for 2024 is projected at 48%, the lowest in 12 years, compared to the previous hyperinflation of 180 to 200%. The government constantly talks about a return to positive growth. However, when you step out onto the streets to work, crowd onto buses, or stand in line to buy groceries, you realize a completely different reality. For the vast majority of the population, this crisis has only changed form, not disappeared. Humanitarian organizations estimate that by 2025, nearly 70% of Venezuela's population will be living in multidimensional poverty. They lack not only money, but also access to healthcare, education, jobs, and housing. Approximately 7.5 million people are struggling and in need of humanitarian assistance for food, childcare, clean water, and basic medical care. In many places, the problem isn't a lack of hospitals. The reality is that over 70% of the population lacks access to healthcare when needed. Medicines are incredibly expensive and scarce, while healthcare facilities are constantly paralyzed by power outages, water shortages, and dilapidated infrastructure. Even electricity and water have become luxuries. Reports indicate persistent rolling power cuts and water shortages. Nearly 20 million people face extremely limited water resources. Furthermore, up to 86% of the population uses substandard water, increasing the risk of dangerous intestinal diseases. That's why you see all too familiar scenes: water storage tanks outside doors, people waiting anxiously for water tankers, and families struggling to pump and filter their own water. At the same time, around 9 million people are facing food insecurity. Meals are becoming more meager, protein deficient, and child malnutrition rates have reached alarming levels. Amidst this harsh reality, nearly 8 million Venezuelans have decided to leave their homeland in the past decade. This is one of the worst migrations in Latin American history. Those who remain must grit their teeth and learn to live with darkness, trickle running water, makeshift medicine, and drastically falling wages. Newspapers endlessly discuss public debt, restructuring, sanctions, or reviving the oil industry. But at the dinner table each evening, the conversation revolves around the anxieties of survival. What can we buy today? Will our children have medicine tomorrow? And where will we find the money to pay the rent at the end of the month? Looking at the glamorous growth figures and the stark reality of life outside, will you choose to believe the statistics or the daily suffering? Number 3. 80% of GDP evaporates. The worst peacetime disaster. To understand Venezuela's economic disaster, we must go back to the turning point of 1998. That was when a former military officer was elected president, opening a new chapter for this once wealthy nation. Hugo Chavez won a resounding victory thanks to his anti-American ideology and his determination to dismantle the old system. He initiated the Bolivarian Revolution to fight inequality and redistribute wealth. In the early years, Chavez comprehensively reformed the country. He nationalized the oil industry, expanded his power, and allocated funds for massive welfare packages. As a result, healthcare, education, and the living standards of the poor began to improve. However, the nationalization policy severed cooperation with Western corporations. The state-owned oil company PDVSA gradually lost its technical capabilities. A series of leading experts were dismissed for political reasons, and overseas assets were seized. Although oil sales continued to flow into the treasury, the central engine of the economy lost its sustainable growth. Chavez also reversed diplomatic policy, freeing the country from American influence. He forged alliances with Russia, China, and Iran in exchange for weapons, money, and political support. This move established a complete opposition to Washington in the region. Upon his death in 2013, Hugo Chavez left a legacy of instability for his successor, Nicolás Maduro. Simultaneously, world oil prices plummeted. The economic model dependent on crude oil could not withstand the shock and began to fall into freefall. Under Maduro, the country suffered a horrific collapse within 10 years. Gross domestic product evaporated by nearly 80%. Inflation exploded, exceeding hundreds of thousands of percent. The national currency became worthless, and the middle class was almost wiped out. This tragic picture is not just about dry numbers. The crisis led to food shortages, depletion of medicines, and a paralyzed public service system. It is considered the worst economic disaster in peacetime history. A nation overflowing with resources ultimately plunged into extreme poverty. Number 4. The largest beauty queen foundry. Beyond its status as an oil powerhouse, Venezuela is also known worldwide as a beauty empire. The country boasts nearly 30 prestigious titles, including 7 Miss Universe crowns, 6 Miss World titles, and 9 Miss International titles. It's often joked that out of 10 women you meet on the street, 9 will have the look of a beauty queen. Even the coaches are equally stunning. However, natural beauty is only a small part of the equation. The nation has over 20 academies specializing in beauty training. Girls are rigorously trained in foreign languages, performance skills, communication, and social etiquette. Many centers even hire psychologists to help contestants overcome immense pressure. The philosophy here emphasizes that no effort is wasted. Venezuelan women conquer the world with their honey-brown skin, deep eyes, thick, flowing hair, and captivating smiles. This is the perfect blend of fiery Latin flair, American charm, and a radiant, characteristic demeanor. Fortunately, Venezuelan women have begun to change their mindset in recent years. They are choosing a healthy lifestyle, diligently exercising, and confidently appreciating their natural beauty. If you are curious about the personalities, love lives, or behind-the-scenes stories of Venezuelan beauty queens, please comment number 4. Number 5. Cultural shocks. In Venezuela, the lottery is more than just entertainment. It serves as a lifeline amidst a struggling economy. With soaring inflation and shrinking job opportunities, it has become the only escape for people dreaming of a better life. The most popular game is called Triple, with 3 numbers drawn 3 times a day. Lottery tickets are sold on every street corner, from small shops and newsstands to street vendors. The image of people holding lottery tickets, hoping for luck, has become a familiar cultural phenomenon. People here never choose numbers randomly. They have a rich spiritual system for selecting numbers. If they encounter bad omens, they immediately buy numbers representing misfortune. If they see a strange license plate or dream about an acquaintance, they will consult dream interpretation books. Many radio stations dedicate airtime to programs predicting and sharing secrets from experts. Groups discussing lottery-winning strategies are also extremely active on social media. Besides the passion for the lottery, Western tourists are often surprised by the locals' attitudes towards skin color. Words like negro or negrito are easily misinterpreted, but in reality, they carry affectionate and intimate meanings and are not at all offensive. Conversely, religion is a much more sensitive taboo. The majority of the population is devout Catholic. Atheistic or opposing viewpoints are rarely discussed openly in social gatherings. Another culture shock for foreigners is the issue of toilet paper. In this country, toilet paper must be thrown into the trash can instead of flushing down the toilet. This is due to the outdated and easily clogged sewer system. Many Venezuelans only realize this difference when they emigrate abroad. Some people recounted how they still habitually looked for trash cans upon arriving in the US and had to awkwardly explain their actions. Only then did they realize that in other countries, flushing toilet paper down the toilet is perfectly normal. Number 6. Unexpected facts. Venezuela stands out as an incredibly emotional nation with a myriad of unique beliefs. Its people express their feelings intensely. Hugging and holding hands in public are completely acceptable and are always seen as proof of true love. In the local culture, if a couple is hesitant to show affection publicly, those around them will immediately doubt their commitment. Even elderly couples relaxing in parks happily applaud when they see young people exchanging kisses. Conversely, prying into salaries or personal living expenses is considered extremely impolite. Venezuelans highly value spiritual relationships and are extremely averse to materialistic topics. Body language communication also poses a significant trap for tourists. Many familiar hand gestures in the West have completely wrong meanings in this country. A prime example is the circular gesture made by the thumb and index finger. This gesture, while signifying agreement in the US or Europe, is considered extremely vulgar in Venezuela. Similarly, in some areas, giving a thumbs up signifies telling someone to leave, rather than a simple compliment. Therefore, tourists should only use smiles and sincere words in informal interactions to avoid harmful misunderstandings. The way people dress also reflects a deeply ingrained cultural layer. Venezuelans are extremely meticulous about their appearance compared to neighboring countries. Your clothing choices directly influence how others perceive you. A survey revealed that 87% of people frankly admit to judging others by their attire. Notably, people consider yellow to be unlucky. They avoid wearing this color during important exams or job interviews. This country also possesses some very interesting collective habits. Passengers always applaud loudly whenever an airplane safely touches down on the runway. This custom originates from a time when domestic airports were rudimentary and prone to accidents. Every successful landing was celebrated as a miracle. Furthermore, the government always issues bans on the sale and consumption of alcohol during Easter week or tense election periods. Police have full authority to inspect and confiscate alcoholic beverages in bars. The entire country experiences a strict alcohol ban. Many foreign tourists have unknowingly broken the law simply by opening a can of beer at the wrong time. Number 7. Secrets of ancient tribes. Did you know that the English term for cannibalism originates from the name of a tribe in Venezuela? History points to the Carib people living along the northern coast and in the Caribbean Sea as the origin. When Christopher Columbus arrived there in the late 15th century, he repeatedly heard stories of Carib warriors attacking and cannibalizing neighboring tribes. Some European sailors claimed to have seen Caribs boiling their enemies in giant pots. The original word Carib was gradually mispronounced by the Spanish as canoba, and then transformed into cannibal in English. However, scientists have never found concrete evidence for this barbaric practice. Many historians believe that these gruesome stories were merely psychological tactics to instill fear and consolidate the power of the Caribs. Deep into the Amazon rainforest, we encounter the Yanomami people. They are one of the oldest indigenous communities in South America. This tribe lives together in giant round structures called shabonos, which can accommodate up to 400 people. The central courtyard is always reserved for ceremonies, transforming it into a vibrant forest festival night. The Yanomami maintain a very unique funeral custom. Instead of burial, they cremate the dead, crush the ashes, and mix them into banana soup to drink. They believe this act helps the soul of their loved one merge with the community and live on forever. At the same time, the Yanomami are notorious as one of the most warlike groups in the Amazon. Boys undergo military training from a very young age. For them, eliminating enemies is the absolute measure of a warrior's strength. Further west of Venezuela, the Bari tribe surprises with their strange polyandry custom. A woman there has the right to marry multiple husbands at the same time. These men share affection and jointly raise the children. The children in the village call all of them fathers. The Bari believe that a child's growth requires the combined protection of many men. Furthermore, they never celebrate birthdays. Instead, the tribe celebrates the boy's first hunting trip. As soon as he kills his first prey, he is officially recognized as an adult and is entitled to participate in sacred rituals. Number 8. David Tower, the tallest slum on the planet. Right in the heart of Caracas stands a towering skyscraper that once aspired to become a national financial symbol. Known as the Tower of David, or Centro Financiero con Finanzas, it soars nearly 200 meters with 45 floors. Construction began in the 1990s thanks to the enormous funding of businessman David Brillembourg. However, the 1994 banking crisis struck before its completion. Brillembourg's death left the project abandoned. The building was completely deserted, lacking electricity, water, and elevators. In 2007, amidst a severe housing crisis, thousands of homeless families occupied the building, transforming its bare, concrete floors into a giant slum. The Tower of David was inadvertently given the title of the tallest slum on the planet, home to nearly 3,000 people. The residents here have transformed the unfinished concrete structure into a self-governing vertical city. They themselves installed electricity, temporary water connections, and built additional staircases. People even use motorbikes to go up to the lower floors instead of elevators. Each floor functions like a miniature neighborhood. They elect representatives, enact rules, and collect service fees. This architectural complex has transcended the concept of housing to become an independent society in the heart of the city. Many architectural and sociological studies have chosen this community as a model for analysis. It reveals the indomitable spirit of people adapting to a desolate environment. They established their own infrastructure, opened shops, and provided services within a soulless concrete framework. However, the tragic story of Venezuela is not just that. If the Tower of David represents creativity and resilience in overcoming adversity, the prison system here exposes a brutal chaos. The most famous example is El Helicoide. This is a building in Caracas that was transformed into a detention facility for the National Intelligence Agency. Originally designed as a bustling shopping center, it has now become one of the country's most notorious prisons, facing numerous allegations of inhumane conditions and serious human rights violations. Number 9. When the night lights up hope. Despite power outages and a struggling economy, Venezuela's nightlife remains vibrant. In working-class neighborhoods known as barrios, people often bring chairs out onto the sidewalks as soon as the sun sets. They blast music, turning the narrow alleyways into lively gathering places for the entire community. Even during power outages, the festive atmosphere is illuminated by candles, flashlights, or battery-powered LED lights. The alleyways are filled with the lively sounds of reggaeton, salsa, and merengue blaring from Bluetooth speakers. Sometimes, Music emanates from makeshift sound systems mounted on balconies or in cars. Groups of young people gather around street corners to share drinks, dance, and laugh, shedding their worries. They enjoy themselves as if the chaotic world outside doesn't exist. This creates a strong sense of community. In the countryside, the nights are more peaceful and cozy. Because the indoor temperature is too stuffy, people often pull chairs outside to enjoy the fresh air. They maintain the habit of playing dominoes, chatting, and relaxing together every evening. Sometimes, the whole neighborhood even lights a barbecue on the sidewalk, just like a picnic in the middle of the city. These simple meals bring a precious sense of togetherness. For the middle class in Caracas, nighttime entertainment usually takes place in upscale bars and lounges. In wealthy areas like Las Mercedes and Altamira, these entertainment venues are always packed with customers. Live music and cocktails help them temporarily forget the anxieties of reality. Many bar owners have proactively purchased backup generators to maintain lighting and music throughout the night. If you want to find a more tranquil space, stroll through the old town of El Hatillo or the city of Coro. The cobblestone streets, red-tiled roofs, and yellow lights reflecting off the walls create a rare sense of serenity. Along the shores of Lake Maracaibo or the Orinoco River, you'll see wooden boats drifting lazily on the water. Just standing still and feeling the river breeze, you'll experience absolute tranquility amidst the tropical heat. Number 10. Natural wonders of Venezuela. If you need proof of nature's perfection, Angel Falls is certainly the answer. This is the world's tallest waterfall, with a column of water reaching nearly a kilometer, 10 times taller than the famous Niagara Falls. This colossal flow cascades down from the summit of Tepui, a majestic sandstone plateau rising over 2,500 meters above the dense Amazon rainforest. The miracle is that most of the water doesn't even reach the ground. It shatters into mist in mid-air. When sunlight shines through, this mist weaves vibrant rainbows, making the entire waterfall glow like a jewel. History records that pilot Jimmy Angel was the first to discover this wonder after a long flight. Conquering Angel Falls is a truly challenging endeavor. Tourists must travel by boat upstream on the Churun River, trek through the pristine rainforest, and camp overnight. Only at dawn the next day can they fully appreciate its immense beauty. Leaving the waterfall area, Canaima National Park unfolds before your eyes. It boasts a vast area almost the size of Belgium. This land is home to colossal rock formations with flat tops, creating a surreal landscape reminiscent of a distant planet. The aerial view reveals a masterpiece of nature, with a network of rivers winding around sheer cliffs and lush vegetation. The heart of the park is Lake Cana, its waters shimmering with a brilliant coppery brown due to its natural mineral content. 7 smaller waterfalls cascade from the red cliffs surrounding the lake, painting a picture that is both fierce and incredibly serene. Local guides skillfully navigate wooden boats through the waterfalls, allowing visitors to experience this pristine beauty firsthand. The final stop is Morocoy National Park, located along the coast. Here you'll find hundreds of stunning small islands scattered across pristine white sand beaches. Morocoy is truly a perfect holiday paradise. The area preserves an incredibly vibrant coral reef ecosystem, with crystal clear waters so transparent you can easily see to the bottom at depths of several meters. Number 11. Mysterious places. Nestled deep within the dense forests of Bolívar State, Mount Roraima appears as if time has completely stood still. This natural wonder lies at the tri-border junction of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. It is part of the ancient Tepui Plateau. Hundreds of meters of sheer cliff support a flat, table-like summit. This bizarre shape transforms the mountain into an island suspended in the sky. It was also the great inspiration for Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World, more than a century ago. The most unique aspect of Roraima lies in its completely isolated ecosystem at its summit. The pristine altitude creates a climate, humidity, and soil entirely different from the ground below. This secluded environment nurtures countless carnivorous plants and animal species found only here. All of this has sculpted a lost world so realistically detailed, just as one might imagine. The indigenous Paimon people always call these mountains Tepui, meaning house of the gods. Ancient legends tell that Roraima was once the root of a giant cosmic tree connecting heaven and earth. When the supreme beings were enraged, they cut down the tree, leaving only a flat surface shrouded in mist as it is today. To this day, rumors of strange sounds echoing through the cliffs and eerie lights piercing through the mist continue to circulate, adding to the mysterious and enchanting atmosphere of this land. Beyond these mysterious highlands, Venezuela also boasts an extremely bizarre natural phenomenon called Catatumbo lightning. This is a unique atmospheric display, unlike anything else in the world. It only occurs at the mouth of the Catatumbo River, where the water flows into Lake Maracaibo in Zulia State. In this area, the night sky is constantly torn apart by countless dazzling lightning bolts for hours on end. This phenomenon repeats approximately 140 to 160 nights each year, with a frequency of up to hundreds of lightning strikes per hour. Because it only appears at a single fixed location, it is called an endless lightning storm. This area has set a world record for the highest density of lightning, transforming Lake Maracaibo into a true land of light. Scientists have put forward various theories. They suggest that warm air currents from the Caribbean Sea collide with cold air from the Andes Mountains, or that it is due to the unique topography of the region. However, the core cause of these continuous lightning storms remains a controversial mystery. Number 12. Venezuelan cuisine. If you had to name one dish that represents the essence of Venezuelan cuisine, the arepa would undoubtedly hold a unique position. It's a type of bread made from white or yellow cornmeal. The crust is baked or fried until crispy, then sliced in half and filled with a variety of fillings. This dish is everywhere, from early morning breakfasts and hurried lunches to late-night food carts. Some versions of arepa are so famous that they've made it onto international menus. A prime example is the Reina Pepiada, with its rich, buttery, shredded chicken filling, named after a beauty queen of the country. The allure of arepa lies not only in its flavor, but also in its endless possibilities for variation. Locals transform it into a main course with shredded beef drizzled with sauce, fresh seafood, creamy black beans, or simply melted cheese. In Caracas and many other major cities, arepa shops are open 24 hours a day. For the locals, there's no wrong time to enjoy this dish. If arepa is the national dish, then Pabellón Criollo holds a deeper symbolic meaning. This traditional dish is always present at holidays and family gatherings. A complete serving includes shredded beef, braised in tomato sauce, white rice, stewed black beans, and crispy fried green plantains. The three colors, white, black, and yellow, not only balance the flavors, but also symbolize the three great civilizations that blended to give birth to this country: Europe, Africa, and the indigenous people. Another vibrant culinary experience you should try is cachapa. This is a thick pancake made from freshly milled corn flour. The pancake is fried golden brown on both sides, then folded in half to enclose a layer of soft cheese inside. The sweet taste of young corn blends with the richness of the cheese, creating a dish that is both familiar and incredibly novel. You'll easily spot steaming cachapa on street vendors' carts or beside small cafes. It's the perfect energy-boosting breakfast for workers. Every Christmas, the whole country gathers to make halakha. This dish symbolizes family bonding at the end of the year, carrying a sacred meaning just like the Vietnamese sticky rice cake, banh chang. Halakha is carefully wrapped in banana leaves. The filling is a combination of cornmeal, beef, chicken, olives, raisins, and a myriad of complex spices. Many families don't consider this simply cooking. Making the cake is truly a sacred ritual. People gather together, tell stories, play music, and enjoy the festive atmosphere. In many rural areas, the recipe for making the cake is passed down through generations, and each family keeps its own unique seasoning secret. Number 13. Unique Festival. If you visit Venezuela in June, you'll have the chance to immerse yourself in the unique San Juan Festival. This event honors Saint John the Baptist. For 3 consecutive days, the streets transform into a giant stage filled with the sounds of drums and energetic dances. The most impressive highlight is the Baila de Tambore, a traditional drum dance of the coastal inhabitants. People sway to the rhythm of Afro-Venezuela drums, singing to pray for favorable weather and bountiful harvests. During this time, all social boundaries are blurred. The working class, farmers, and the poor are elevated to a position of honor. They freely sing and playfully tease the upper class without being considered disrespectful. The Dancing Devils Festival in the town of San Francisco de Jar is equally famous. This event takes place on the Feast of the Body of Christ. This long-standing religious tradition has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. On the main day of the festival, hundreds of men dress up as demons. They don vibrant costumes, bright red masks with spiral horns, and parade through the streets. This performance isn't meant to scare the audience. It symbolizes the fierce battle between good and evil. To the rhythmic beat of drums, the demons march towards the church and kneel before the Blessed Sacrament. This act demonstrates that light always triumphs over darkness. People believe each mask is unique and holds the soul of its wearer. In February, the El Callao Carnival becomes the nation's most celebrated masquerade festival. In the 19th century, El Callao was a thriving gold mine, attracting large numbers of immigrants from the Caribbean. This history has shaped a vibrant festival that blends many cultures. Throughout the event, the streets are filled with color, music, and dance. The calypso rhythm, steel drums, and soca beat explode everywhere. A throng of people, clad in magnificent costumes, parade through the streets. Participants include queens, pirates, and dancers wearing enormous feathered headdresses. Women twirl in their multi-layered, beaded dresses and dance non-stop under the tropical sun. Many songs are sung in a blend of English and Creole, clearly reflecting the region's multicultural roots. Despite its strong influence from Trinidad and Tobago festivals, Carnival de El Callao shines with a completely unique identity. It is the perfect fusion of African rhythms, Latin passion, and the uninhibited spirit of Venezuela. Number 14. Cost of living in Venezuela. Researching costs before arriving in Venezuela is crucial for financial preparation. In the economic hub of Caracas, the rent for a one-bedroom apartment ranges from $300 to $450 per month. This is quite high compared to the average, but still much cheaper than other Latin American capitals like Buenos Aires or Santiago de Chile. To save money, moving to the suburbs, where prices range from $150 to $250, is a popular and comfortable option. Regarding transportation, the Caracas metro system makes getting around incredibly fast. Tickets cost only 5 cents to $1 per ride, making it the cheapest network in the region. Buses and ride-sharing services also help optimize costs and offer opportunities to experience the local lifestyle. For more convenient travel, ride-hailing apps like Ridery and Yummy Vizsla are very popular, with fares ranging from $2 to $4 USD for short trips. Independent travelers can rent a car for $30 to $45 per day. Food costs here are generally quite reasonable. Shopping for groceries and cooking your own meals costs around $100 to $150 per month. Eating at budget restaurants will only cost you $2 to $3. Higher-end restaurants catering to tourists will charge $8 to $15 per serving. This is relatively affordable if you manage your spending wisely. In short, A frugal lifestyle will keep total monthly living expenses at $500 to $700. For those who live minimally, this number can easily be reduced to $400. The key lies in renting suburban accommodation, cooking your own meals, and prioritizing public transportation. Number 15. Notes for tourists. A very common trap targeting tourists in Venezuela is the crime of criminals impersonating police officers to steal. These criminals often wear security uniforms and stop people to check their documents. Absolutely do not hand over your real passport to anyone outside of clearly marked government offices. If stopped, politely offer to go with them to the nearest police station for verification. Pickpocketing and snatching are also rampant at tourist attractions, bus stations, and local markets. Gangs often coordinate effectively, with one person distracting while accomplices quickly snatch items. The smartest defense is to use a crossbody bag with a secure zipper. Always keep your bag in front of your chest and never put your phone in your back pocket. You should minimize displaying expensive electronic devices in crowded places or at sidewalk cafes. Thieves only need a few seconds to snatch them and disappear into the crowd. In bustling cities like Caracas, serious crimes such as kidnapping for ransom continue to occur. Tourists should not wander alone into slums, alleyways, or deserted areas, even in broad daylight. If you want to venture into remote areas, you must hire a licensed local guide. When you need transportation, never hail a taxi randomly on the street. The safest option is to use reputable ride-hailing apps or ask hotel staff to arrange it for you. We've just reviewed 15 interesting facts about Venezuela, covering everything from culture and spending to travel tips. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to continue following us. Which detail about this country surprised you the most? Please leave a comment below.